I'm going to read you The Zookeeper by Pseudonym, a personalized book from Manimal Tales. A personalized book is one-of-a-kind reading experience for a child. It's a customized printed book in which the child becomes one of the main characters in the book. When creating the book, you can specify the child's name and choose an avatar that best resembles your child. Check out this title and more at manimaltales.com. So make your child a hero. Order a personalized book they'll treasure and give them endless hours of reading pleasure. John and the Zookeeper by Pseudonym. My dear John, may you never get into serious trouble, and when you do, get out on the double. May you have friends who are true and who are always there for you. With love, Mom and Dad. It was a dark and chilly autumn day. Everyone was glum and everything was gray. This was not a day for Manimals to be out. Dandylion, though, refused to lie about. A long walk, he said, is food for the soul, but no one was willing to go for a stroll. It's too cold, said his friend Nightingale. Grumpopotamus agreed, you'll freeze your tail. Dandylion humphed and went on his own. Youngsters today have no backbone. The air was brisk, he sang out in delight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, I will sleep tonight. Suddenly, he felt a sharp prick on his neck. Suddenly, his walk became a hard trek. Suddenly, the whole world began to spin around, and with a thump, he fell on the ground. Has anyone seen him? Nightingale frowned. Dandylion was missing. He couldn't be found. He's probably fine, hale and hearty, but just to be safe, let's send a search party. Hours later, they admitted to what they all had feared. Dandylion, their king, had disappeared. When Dandy awoke, he was seeing stars. He tried to walk, but bumped into bars. He heard a laugh so evil it chilled his spine. Cry away, pussycat, but now you're mine. Welcome to your new life at Mantown Zoo. I'm the Zookeeper, and I'm the boss of you. Zookeeper was a thin, crafty-looking creature. A long, crooked nose was his biggest feature. On it was a wart with a hair that grew a mile. It matched his bad teeth and crooked smile. I was in the woods and heard you sing, a singing lion, what an amazing thing. You'll be on stage every day from 10 to 6. The crowds will love your singing tricks. At $5 a ticket, you'll do just fine. You'll be my own personal gold mine. Dandylion let out a frightened mew. No manimal had ever been put in the zoo. It was almost too much to bear. How was he to blow dry his hair? How would he keep his clothes clean? The zoo wasn't known for its hygiene. He had to send word to his Manimal clan so they could figure out an escape plan. But how to send a message from this jail? Dandylion thought and thought to no avail. John walked slowly behind his classmates. How he longed to just run out of the gates. He hated seeing animals locked up in the zoo, but this was a class trip, so what could he do? Help, John, said a voice from the lion pan. Dandylion, said John, is it really you then? John, help me get out of this horrid situation. Tell the Manimals to get me out of this location. Just then, John felt someone twist his ear. Zookeeper hissed, "What are you doing here? In my zoo, little boys are best seen, not heard. Now scram before I mash you into custard." The Manimals gathered to hear John's tale about how he'd seen Dandy locked up in jail. "He's in the Zookeeper's clutches," John said. The Zookeeper. Many felt a deep dread. Reindeer said, "How do we get into the zoo? I'm the smartest here and I don't have a clue. The zoo has more security than Fort Knox, with many guards, cameras, and fancy locks." Freeing Dandy won't be an easy expedition. We'll need a crack team for this mission. John said, "I'll ride into the danger zone, but I'll need help. I can't do it on my own." A scapegoat, you can shoot through bars of any shape. Nightingale, your wings can help with the escape. Anonymous, we need your ability to hide and disappear. Karma Chameleon, master of disguise, you're needed here. Smelly Fans, you'll be the muscle for our crew. With this team, we'll free Dandy from the zoo. Zookeeper was in the forest again, looking for Manimals to obtain. "I'll be rich," he thought with glee. "I just need one more, or two, or three." Just then he heard a crash near his trap. Some large animal had fallen into his lap. The creature was bigger than an elephant by half. It was wider than a hippo and taller than a giraffe. It had jaws to bite and eyes of flame, and sharp claws to catch and maim. It lay still in the net, held down by a rock. Was it? Could it be? It was! A Jabberwock! I thought it was only a children's story, but this find will give me riches and glory. The night was dark, the silence was deep. All the animals in the zoo were fast asleep. From the Jabberwock cage came a tiny squeak. Suddenly, Manimals emerged from its beak. "A fake Jabberwock," said John. "What a great idea! Now let's free Dandy and get out of here." Dandylion was sitting in his cage in despair. It had been weeks since he had brushed his hair. Just then he heard a tiny creaky sound. Suddenly his friends were all around. Dandy hugged them all one by one. "Hooray," he said, "I thought I was done. Being locked up has been a real nightmare. Did you bring me new clothes to wear?" "Not so fast," said a voice from the door. Dandylion thought they were done for. An evil shadow came out of the night, and Zookeeper stepped into the light. "Silly fools," he chuckled with evil glee. "You really thought you could fool me? I'll admit the Jabberwock plan was clever, but now I'm going to lock you up forever." "I don't think so," said John, as cool as can be. "Manimals, it's time to switch to Plan B." But Zookeeper pulled out his big dart gun and said, "Sorry, but your plan is done." The Zookeeper shot darts at them all, but none of the Manimals did fall. "Your dart gun is no good, Zookeeper dear. It's only shooting harmless seeds here. While you were asleep, Anonymous switched out the darts in your house. I'll raise the alarm and call the guards. You're all going down like a pack of cards." Zookeeper pressed a button on his remote, and the alarm blared out an angry note. At once, big guards came rushing out. "Smelly, give the signal," John did shout. Smelly Fans took a deep breath and blew. His stinky trumpet echoed through the zoo. In all the cages, the animals stirred. Loud rumblings could be heard. There were howls and shrieks and roars as all the animals charged their cage doors. And the doors swung open freely, and they escaped their cages easily. The guards, faced with a charging herd, turned and ran away without a word. Zookeeper was absolutely shocked. How did those cages get unlocked? A scapegoat ate through the locks, see? It was all part of our escape plan B. Arg! Zookeeper howled in rage. They may be free, but you're still in this cage. I think it's only fair that you take their place. With that, Zookeeper picked up a big iron mace. John said, "Now we're gonna teach you a lesson by giving you a taste of your own medicine." Near the zookeeper, a green leaf stirred, and like magic, Karma Chameleon appeared. He had one of Zookeeper's darts ready to go, and he quickly jabbed it into Zookeeper's toe. The Zookeeper's mouth went slack, and his whole world became black. The zoo was empty. The Manimals had fled. They had locked up Zookeeper instead. When humans finally got the cage unlocked, Zookeeper babbled on and on about animals that talked. There was a boy who planned their nasty deeds, a mouse that switched my darts for seeds, an elephant whose trumpet smelt like farts, a chameleon who stabbed me with one of my darts. The humans shook their head and felt sad. Clearly, Zookeeper had gone quite mad. Zookeeper, we are going to let you go. It's best you rest a bit. Take things slow. Since there were no more animals around, the humans turned the zoo into a playground. And without a zoo, the Zookeeper was no more. He was just plain old Harry working in a store. Meanwhile, in Manimal Forest far away, the Manimals was celebrating their getaway. Dandylion was too busy bathing to say anything, and the rest were fine not to hear from their king. If there is a lesson to be learned, it is this: to have such great friends is absolute bliss. In the end, that's what you must try to do. Surround yourself with those that love you. You can personalize the Zookeeper and other Manimal Tales at manimaltales.com. Just visit the website, enter your child's name, the giver's name, pick your child's avatar, and preview your book. You can preview your entire book on the website, customize your book's dedication, and add to cart. Visit manimaltales.com.